At exactly 12:07 a.m., 10 years after she buried the man she loved, Amarachi heard a knock on her door, and the voice outside whispered, "Amara, my love, your letter just arrived." She froze, because that voice belonged to Emmanuel, the man she buried with her own hands. Amarachi always believed that the past should stay in the ground. But in Nigeria, in a small, quiet town where secrets lived longer than people, the past had a way of finding your address, even after 10 whole years. It all started with a single brown envelope, a letter, old, dusty, smelling like rain and graves. And on it, written in a handwriting she could never forget, was, "To Amarachi, do not open until I return." But Emmanuel never returned. He died 10 years ago, or so she thought. When Amarachi touched the envelope, it felt warm, like someone had just held it. But the courier said something strange. "Madam, nobody posted this letter. We just found it on our counter this morning, with your name written freshly." Freshly? Emmanuel's handwriting had been underground for a decade. Her hands shook. Who delivered a 10-year-old letter? Who wrote on it today? And why did opening it suddenly feel dangerous? Amarachi and Emmanuel met in university. He was gentle, brilliant, always carrying books like he was afraid of forgetting something. She loved him the way Hamatan loves cold mornings. Pure, quiet, deep. The week he died, he told her, "If anything happens to me, check your mailbox on the night I return." She had laughed then. Now the words felt like a curse she didn't understand. At exactly 1 a.m. that night, the letter on her table shifted by itself. She didn't touch it. She didn't breathe near it. But it moved toward her. Her phone vibrated immediately. Unknown number. A message. "Amara, open it. I am close." Close? Close where? Back then, the police told her the truth gently. There was an accident. He didn't make it. But Amara had seen Emmanuel hours before the accident, holding a sealed letter. She begged to read it. He said, "Not today. You will read it when I'm gone." 3 days later, he was gone forever. Or so she believed. She never found that letter. Until now. Her lights flickered. A cold breeze entered her room, although the windows were locked. The envelope puffed, as if something inside was breathing. Then she heard it. Whispers from inside the paper. "Amara, please, hurry." She dropped it. It didn't fall. It floated, gently, like a feather controlled by someone unseen. With trembling fingers, she opened it. Inside, there was only one sentence. "If you are reading this, I am already on my way." Her heart stopped, because that was the same sentence Emmanuel jokingly wrote in her notebook the week he died. But below the sentence, fresh ink began to appear on its own, like invisible fingers were writing from the other side. "You're the reason I died." Amara staggered back. What reason? How? Her door creaked, slowly, gently, like someone was entering but didn't want to scare her. Then she smelt it, that familiar scent of Emmanuel's cologne, the one she buried with him. Her phone buzzed, a voice note. She pressed play with a shaking thumb. It was Emmanuel's voice, calm, slow, cold. "Open the door, Amara. I came back because you never said goodbye." Amara remembered the day Emmanuel proposed. He didn't kneel. He simply held her hand and said, "Promise me one thing. Don't abandon me, even in death." She thought he was joking. Now she wasn't sure. She whispered to herself, "This is not real. Emmanuel is dead. He cannot." But the door clicked open by itself. A shadow stepped inside. Tall, familiar, broken. Something about the way it moved made her knees weak. It dragged its left foot, the same one Emmanuel injured before he died. But the face, The face was not fully visible, as if darkness was wearing him like a coat. The shadow spoke. "Why didn't you wait for me, Amara?" Wait? For what? 10 years ago, Emmanuel had a secret she never knew. He wasn't running late the night he died. He was running to her, holding a confession about a love that crossed into the supernatural. He had gone to a spiritualist weeks before his death to tie their destinies together, to make sure she never left him. But the ritual failed, and instead of binding their love, it bound his spirit to her forever. The shadow stepped closer. Amara tried to scream. No sound came out. Her phone lit up again. A new message appeared on the screen by itself. "Your heart belongs to me, even after death." The lights went out. Only the letter glowed faintly on the floor.
"Emmanuel, what do you want from me?" she whispered. The shadow answered gently. "I want what I died trying to give you." "What?" He pointed at the letter. Inside it, hidden behind the original message, she found a second sheet, a ring taped to the paper, his engagement ring. He had been coming to propose to her the night he died. Her tears fell hot and heavy. "I loved you," she cried. He stepped closer. "Then why did you forget me?" "I didn't." "You stopped visiting my grave." I couldn't bear the pain," he interrupted sternly. "I waited 10 years for you to open that door." "Emmanuel, please let me go," he whispered. "No, love holds, even in darkness." The room shook. The windows cracked. The letter rose from the floor and wrapped itself around her wrist like a chain. She felt her heartbeat slowing. A cold hand touched her cheek. She looked up. Half of Emmanuel's face was visible now. The other half belonged to something not human. The spirit he crossed paths with that night had followed him, and now it wanted her too. "Come with me," he whispered. "We can finish what death interrupted." Amara cried and shook her head. "Emmanuel, you're not the man I loved anymore." His eyes softened for a moment. Human, sad, loving. Then something behind him growled softly, the spirit urging him on. He offered her the ring. "Take it, Amara, and join me." Amarachi made her choice. She dropped the ring. The shadow screamed, a sound that shattered every bulb in the house. In the morning, neighbors found her unconscious. The ring melted on the floor, and the letter turned completely black. But here is the strange part. Every night after that, at 12:07 a.m., she still hears the same voice at her door. "Amara, your heart is still mine. When you're ready, I will come for you again."